From Rixie, this is Debuff, and I'm your host, Steve Skeels. Welcome back to Debuff. As always, here with the boys, Mason, Sean.
The
myself,
boys are
Steve.
back.
The D-Boys.
The D-Boys.
Got some hot topics
The
this
Buffer
week.
Boys.
And, yeah,
We're going to Hot Topic this week. We're talking about Hot Topic.
First, Sean's going to do some debugging.
I'm going to debug something I said in the last video.
Oh, yeah, the update.
I felt like I was crazy, but NVIDIA does have a 3060 series card. They do have that card, number one.
Which you
They
said
have
they
that.
Which
did
I said
not.
they did not, and the other thing is that the 3060 card is the only one that is going to have the 50% lockout for mining Bitcoin. So, on that same note, my opinion has stayed the same towards NVIDIA about their decision regarding this. I think it's fucked up for the environment. I will say that it is your hardware. If you pay money for something, you should be able to do what you want with it. And I firmly believe that no matter what it is, right? You paid for something, you should be able to do what you want with that hardware.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep. It's not like when you buy a software license.
Yeah.
It's you own the physical piece.
But at the same time, you're buying what they give you, and they can choose to do with their product as they please.
But I think that's wrong.
But I think...
Okay, well, that's unprofessional. Strikingly unprofessional.
I think it's unprofessional, and I think you're right to be angry.
I don't want to rehash this whole thing, but I think that if you pay for... I even believe this about any Apple product. You should be able to buy an Apple product and do what you want with the hardware. Like, Apple really tries hard to keep you from jailbreaking your iPhone or doing anything outside of what they want you to do with OS X.
Yeah.
So...
I agree.
Fuck Apple.
When the MacBook, so I had a late 2011 MacBook Pro, and that had a couple screws on the bottom. You could change out the SSD pretty easily.
Sweet stuff, dude.
You could change the hard disk drive to an SSD pretty
That's
easily.
crazy.
Or, to another hard disk. You could change out the RAM up to 16 gigs, and it was like, hey, this is a pretty good computer. You can actually change some parts if you want to. And then I think in 2014 they changed that to the unibody, which, I would say fuck them for that.
Well, yes, I agree with
They
that.
were
Classic.
they had it. They had it nailed.
I think that if you're going to build, and I don't really want to get on a huge tangent here. There are a lot of manufacturers right now who are baking on parts to the motherboard, so you cannot upgrade the RAM, you can't upgrade the SSD, you can't upgrade this, that, or the other, right? If you want a slim notebook, that's pretty much the only way you're going to get there. Like the MacBook Air, I understand that.
Yeah.
But if you've got an iMac, why the fuck can't you open that?
You can't. Well, that's the thing. I think that's worth noting. You can, but it's very difficult.
Yes.
You have to essentially be like an engineer.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
Linus fucked up his Mac. They took the screen off and dropped it, and the whole thing was fucked. And the inside of the iMac, the power supply is exposed, basically. So they touched something on the power supply and fried part of the computer.
Yeah, dude.
Linus is crazy, dude.
Look, as far as
Accidents happen.
modifications go, I agree with you like all the way. But at the same time, I use their media applications, and they're, in my opinion, the best in the biz. Final Cut Pro is what we use to edit this show. Renders fast. I render out an hour-long episode in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
30
but have
minutes.
you tried Sony Vegas?
Have you
Or,
tried Windows
yeah, I
Movie
was gonna
Maker?
say- dude, no, I got you. But most people aren't buying Macs because they want to go in and fucking edit them. It's it's the conversation about, do you want something clean that works well, or do you want a PC that you might have to struggle with getting shit done if you don't know what you're doing either? I mean,
All I'm saying is that you can sell a product that works out of the box like Apple does. No modifications to it. You should be able to render out an hour-long video in 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
But if I want to fuck my shit up, Why am I not allowed to do that?
Yeah, no, I agree. Like I said, I agree. And the last modular, is that technically the right term? They did was the new, I think
The cheese grater.
the cheese grater Mac. And dude, those accessories.
Yeah, they're stupid expensive.
Yeah, dude, those wheels, bro.
$500 for a pair of wheels,
like crazy.
Now, here's what I'll say.
Really upgrade your shit.
In their defense, this is the only thing that I'll give them.
You don't need the wheels. I get that.
Well, you don't need the wheel. I don't care about the wheels. But if you're talking about a professional video editor or audio engineer or mix engineer, whatever it is, or graphic designer, a lot of those people have the money to shell out. And so they're like, you know what? You've got the money. Fucking okay, we're gonna make it. If you want modular computers, we're gonna make you pay for it. But it's way too fucking expensive. It is absurdly expensive. Dude, the cheese grater I think starts at 11.
Yeah, no, it's stupid expensive. But can I just say this as a counterpart to that is that a lot of companies who are using Apple products to do video editing or whatever, or any company that's doing video editing is probably buying an Apple product. Maybe a small percentage of them have an on-site IT guy, and when that Mac dies, it's trash. It's trash.
You have to get a new one.
You cannot fucking fix it. Like, you can go to the Apple, the Genius Bar.
Yeah, and
they'll be like, you know what? Actually, it's probably cheaper for you to just buy a new one.
Yeah, no, I mean,
well, that IT guy's job is easy then.
To let people know, like,
I guess I should start working in Apple shops.
Yeah, as a genius. My profession is in video editing. I make TV ads, and I have always used Final Cut. I've learned how to use Adobe Premiere. I've learned a touch of After Effects, but when you come back to render times, and like exporting, dude, Adobe Premiere is like, from somebody in the business, fucked on Macs. Like, it will cancel out, it will error. The render times will be 3-4 times longer than Final Cut. Obviously, that's because partially because the application Final Cut is has kind of an agreement with the computer already.
It's made by Apple.
It's made by Apple, and it's using Apple hardware. But so many video editors are switching to Final Cut. Marquez Brownlee switched to Final Cut. He shoots on 8K Red because he was like, Adobe Premiere cannot fucking bounce out of, can't render on my Mac computers that well. Now, I agree. The prices are ridiculous. They are way too high. This computer, I think it's 2014, maybe 2015, 5K Retina, 27-inch. It works really well at work. Like, in the office, I have like a really fucking nice, like, the space gray, like $5,000 beast one. But like, honestly, I couldn't tell you the difference in render times. But regardless,
you need to get an M1, dude.
I want to get the M1 chip, but I'm gonna wait till they make the 16-inch MacBook Pros.
Those things will go crazy.
There's already rumors about an M1. I don't know if I'm supposed to say
iMac?
M1X or M110 because Apple is really
Phone?
fucking no. The new there's supposedly benchmarks of a new M1 processor with the letter X after it, which could be 10 or X. I don't know because Apple's really fucky with their naming convention.
Yeah, Final Cut Pro X, but also
no, but
Final Cut Pro 10.
People call it OS X. It's really OS 10. It's the 10th iteration of their operating system for Mac computers.
I mean,
the iPhone
the
X.
iTouch. Remember that? The Apple
the
iPod
iWatch.
Touch. The iWatch. No, they need. I wish they would ditch the i name.
Dude, they need to. They've fucking dug their grave. Like they've dug a grave and they
yeah, but they dug a fucking wealthy fucking grave though.
The iPhone I think will be the only thing that will never drop that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
iTunes I think they'll probably rename to Apple Music, but the iPhone they're never gonna call it the Apple phone.
Well, dude, the iPhone recognition name is like.
Yeah, I mean, even if they were to change it to
one of
Apple,
the most popular phones in the world, if not.
If they were to change it to Apple phone, people would still call it an iPhone.
Yeah.
Anyway,
regardless, So yeah,
You're gonna get the new
there
Apple phone.
There is a
iPhone,
3060,
the Apple
and
iPhone.
that's the one that does half fucking mining.
50%.
Yeah. And
Mac-
Sean was wrong,
Macs.
and you can fucking berate him in the 0 comments
in
that we get.
the no comments. But I'm just saying, like, if this ever blows up, someone's gonna come from
Yeah, they're gonna be like, dude, he fucking said that, and
idiot."
he's wrong. And then they're gonna watch the next one. They're like, you know what?
I
said
felt so stupid because it was like, what, 2 days later? I was like, oh my god, I was fucking wrong. Like,
Well,
It's okay.
One of
It's
the
okay.
first ones you were talking about.
I think that video has 8 views.
Well,
didn't it just
I
go up
thought-
today though?
Oh yeah, shit. That's right. Yeah. You're right.
when we were talking about fucking Outer Worlds, I said something about Obsidian made Fallout, but really I meant like the guys that were working at Obsidian were part of the team that made Fallout, and I just said fuck it, dude. It was close enough.
So
That's what I meant.
did
but-
you? I was curious about this, like having edited it and watched it like a million times. Did you mean that they made that New Vegas iteration, or they were actually on the team that made
Yeah,
Fallout 1,
people that
2,
work
1
at-
and 2?
People that work at Obsidian were like, yeah, the original part of the original team.
See, I didn't know that. I wasn't sure.
Well, that's I think why they were excited to get like going with New Vegas and something like that. So,
Yeah. Well, cool.
but
Yeah.
anyways, you want to talk about some games?
Yeah. Let's talk about
No.
what Pokemon Presents.
Yeah, let's talk about the concert because I know Sean's
yeah.
itching.
Well,
to-
I just want to say that if you're watching this show, we're wrong often. Apparently,
Yeah.
Oh, well,
All the
that
time.
shit was so cringy, man.
you're not wrong about that.
So what Sean is referring to, listeners and viewers, is the Post
Pokemon.
Malone
25th
digital
anniversary. Yeah.
concert. That was what, yesterday?
you
or
watch
the day
any of it,
before?
Steve?
dude, I watched like the 5. I didn't give a shit. I don't even really care for Pokemon that much,
I know you
really. So
don't.
I was just like, I don't know that I care for Post Malone. Don't care
No.
for Pokemon. I wasn't gonna watch it, but
I like Post Malone. I think he seems like a good dude.
it's not really my kind of music.
I think
is
he's
all.
a funny guy, but
Yeah.
I don't like his music. And also,
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. Regardless of
It
whether
popped
you
up-
like his music or not.
it popped up on my recommendation, like
Did you see the trailer for it like a week or
yes.
two ago?
Yeah, I know. I
Okay.
saw it on Twitter, and I was like, "That's gonna be so fucking weird." And
They're
so I
all
forgot
really
about it
weird.
completely until I was on YouTube, and it was like, "Hey, recommended for you. It's live now."
Yep.
And so I clicked on it, and it was like, what me and Lena watched like the last 5 minutes of it, and she was cracking up. She was like, "This is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life," and it's so funny to me because, like,
What about it to you is cringe?
I mean,
It was
Well,
kind of
like-
weird, man.
Like, yeah, like why does it
The-
stand out to you as being
it
like?
was-
I think I think that your point is valid, but I'm curious. Like, what was it about it that you're like?
well,
Dude,
number
that was
one
weird.
song choice. I mean, I tapped in right before he was covering fucking Hootie and the Blowfish, which
Oh, I
like,
didn't see that. I'd
who
like
the
to see that.
fuck?
I
Who
think
the
they had
fuck
the
is
set
still-
list like before, but yeah, I mean,
yeah, but who's still
well,
listening to
they're not
Hootie and
gonna
the
play.
Blowfish?
They're not going to be playing
which
Post Malone
song
music.
was it?
I only want to be with
I
you.
wanna be with you.
Dude. It's so it's so bad. And like the digital,
Honestly, in my opinion, kind of a cool cover. I like Hootie and the Blowfish. Darius Rucker is a fucking legend.
I know. I mean, I'm not saying that Hootie and the Blowfish is
but
a bad
definitely an
Odd
interesting
choice.
cover.
Odd choice for Pokemon concert.
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah.
I don't really
Number
understand.
one, like who the fuck is still like? I feel like the reason why they chose that song specifically was because they're like, oh, 25 years ago, Hootie and the Blowfish was playing on every fucking radio station.
Honestly, that's actually like marketing wise, pretty smart idea.
But at the same time, it's like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like
That might have been his decision though,
I don't know, dude.
because he loves that. He
Mhm.
loves the old shit. You know.
Either way, I didn't love the animation style. Like I
Yeah.
did
I
not
just
love.
felt like it was awkward. It's
Yeah.
like this digital Post Malone floating through like Pokemon world shit and just Pokemon coming up while he's just like kind of dancing, singing
around,
some
dude. Yeah.
Hootie and the Blowfish. It's just a very weird idea. Don't know why they did that. And I want to know, like, what is it, Nintendo of America that had this idea? Like, what the fuck?
I have to. I have
or
to
Game
imagine
Freak or
that Post Malone, being I think 24, 25, might be younger, was a fan of Pokemon, and maybe he said to them, or maybe they
Sure.
reached out to him and he was like, "Yeah, I'd love to do a concert. I'm a huge Pokemon fan." I think, and I think you believe this too. At the core, I think it was all positive, and
Sure,
he just
yeah.
wanted to do something cool.
yeah. I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
hating on that
But
they did
at
it.
the same time, Yeah,
It
seems kind of odd.
It came across a little weird.
The way it came out was not. And if you Google Post Malone Pokemon, the first thing that shows up is a one day ago, only want to be with you, Post Malone. That song specifically.
Yeah.
So like, why is that like?
It's
so...
an interesting choice for sure. I fucking love that original song, but
oh my god.
No, well, so when you texted me that, I was like, "Have you seen the Roblox one with that little Nas X did?" And which I think is so funny because that is such an obscure place for him to perform.
Yeah, but he's
a
goober, dude.
Yeah, but I know with his marketing mind, he was like, "This is going to be great." First of all, most kids that play Roblox, or most people that play Roblox, know who he is and probably like his music, which I think he's great. I think he's hilarious on Twitter, hilarious on TikTok. Like, he's a marketing fucking genius as far as I'm concerned. And that's why the Roblox concert was so good, because it's like, wait, he's playing on Roblox?
Valina said she attended it for a couple of minutes.
Dude, it was really fun. It was really like cool and like lighthearted. And I think maybe Post Malone and Pokemon kind of missed the mark in like it being fun, where like his was almost like, it was almost a meme, like just for him to play there, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. I think that the maybe what made the Lil Nas X concert a little different than the Post Malone one is that it was interactive. Like the Post Malone one was just like 3D animated Post Malone dancing around on a fucking floating rock.
It's just a YouTube stream. I mean, they did concerts in Fortnite. Like, was it Marshmello or whoever the fuck?
I think Travis Scott did.
I think Travis Scott maybe. I don't know. I don't Fortnite, but yeah, I mean that kind of stuff is cool-ish. Fortnite's been doing that, like Star Wars trailers or whatever.
That shit pisses me off though. Like, I gotta fucking download Fortnite to watch a Star Wars trailer.
No, you just catch it later. But
come on.
I mean, yeah, but well, maybe I don't know. It was not my favorite thing. I didn't really watch. I saw a couple clips, but there's some more exciting Pokemon.
There is, dude. There absolutely is.
And I guess you want to just go in order. Pokemon Snap first. I mean,
dude,
looks good.
I started playing Pokemon Snap N64 version again because I was so hype about.
Do you have an N64 laying around?
No.
Oh, you emulated.
Our mom sold ours.
Yeah. We got the GameCube, and she was like, "Fuck the N64."
That hurts.
Yeah,
it was tight.
So, yeah, Pokemon Snap looks fucking incredible. I really loved that first game. I went back and played it. I hate the inverted controls, and I hope they don't have that in the new one.
Should probably turn it,
or at least have
an option. Yeah, for sure.
There's not one in the original.
Yeah.
But I really loved that game, and we've talked about speedrunning it before. We've on this show.
We have. I need to clip that. I'm gonna clip that.
Dude, why don't you grab that clip?
Why don't you clip that?
I'm gonna clip that. I completely forgot about that clip.
I just want to say, I feel like the graphics looked way better than. I mean, I don't know what build they showed us originally, but that trailer and like some of the gameplay they were showing looked really fucking good.
Yeah,
it looks like it's basically the same exact thing. New Pokemon, new elements, like I don't remember what they call it, the light up ball where you throw it a Pokemon
make
and
shiny
they light
Pokemon,
up. And
really.
Then,
it's true.
It's true. I thought it was pretty cool. Again, I don't really care that much. I played Pokemon when I was younger. I liked the games like Snap and Stadium more than I did the like classic games.
New Stadium would be cool. I don't think they'll ever do it. But...
Dude, I was gonna say, like, I really had some solid feels with Pokemon Stadium.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
The Rumble, you could do the Rumble Pack, and you could play like Pokemon Yellow. Oh my gosh, totally forgot about that. I have something really cool for this episode. We'll talk about it after we get all the Pokemon stuff done.
Right.
It's Pokemon related, but I had one question to you. I wanted to pose a question to you guys about this game. What do you think about the naming scheme?
New Pokemon Snap?
I think it's fucking dumb.
Yeah, well, Nintendo.
They do
because
that.
like, what happens a year after it comes out?
New Pokemon Snap 2.
No,
they did
it's like the new 3DS.
Well,
that's exactly what they do.
So here's what I'll say is two things. Nintendo, we always say this, but I forget that like Game Freak and the Pokemon Company, I think, have a lot more to say about the Pokemon games, but Nintendo publishing it, maybe they have a hand in the naming. But they did that with New Super Mario Brothers, which was like the rebrand of the 2D style Super Mario Brothers games. And then they had like multiple titles of that New Super Mario Brothers 2. And I don't know. I feel like for that it kind of made sense, but new Pokemon Snap, it's like, okay, only the second one ever. Why wouldn't you just? Is it too long ago for them to just call it 2? I don't.
I mean, just think about it the same way, because loop back to the beginning of this conversation. It's Apple with their iPad. What you cannot tell someone, I have an iPad. Oh, what generation? I have no fucking idea. The box just says Apple iPad.
Yeah, I think like they couldn't. But is it the same region?
But if they put
is the game in the same region as the first game?
I don't.
Could they have
know.
said like Pokemon Snap like?
Yeah, well,
no.
Kanto region.
No, it's totally different.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Why wouldn't they say Pokemon Snap : such and such? It's like the starts with a T, I think. T region.
I mean, I don't know.
Or Pokemon Snap like Horizons, or I don't fucking know.
The new
Horizons.
Yeah, the new thing
new
is
Leaf. Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon New Pictures.
A little bit stupid, but I feel like I don't know. I mean, whatever. I don't.
Or like Pokemon Snap Digital, or like I don't know. Like I just think I think it's so lazy. I mean,
know. I'm just saying
Steve's
it's not
right, though.
the first time they've done that.
Nintendo is all about the new instead of like.
But what if they make a third game?
It's going to be cool, newer.
It's going to be new squared.
And then maybe that's. I mean,
Pokemon Snap.
Nintendo's never been. If they have any hand in it again, it could just be Game Freak or whoever. But the new 3DS, like no one really understood unless you were actually into gaming, like hardcore. Mom going to the store to buy a 3DS for their kid. They want a 3DS. Get the new 3DS because it looks the best, but she could buy the cheaper one because what does that mean? It's new. I mean, you can't get game or SNES games on the Virtual Console on an old 3DS. So what if the kid was interested in that? Well, now they're screwed.
Yeah, well, do you agree though? It's kind of a shitty name.
Well, yeah, no, I'm saying it's dumb.
Do you feel that way? Or am I off my fucking rocker here?
I saw it and I was like, okay, but again, it's not the first time they've done that, so I'm not really surprised.
I do think it's dumb. I do want to correct you, so we're not wrong. By next episode, it's Lentil region.
Lentil.
Which comes from lens in Japanese, apparently. But I can only think of the bean.
Yeah, I was going to say lentils, but I think it's T-I-L.
Yeah, it's not L-E-N-T-A-L. Lentil.
Well,
this is the bean region.
So,
Pokemon Bean Snap.
Yeah, Pokemon Snap : bean region. That would have been better. Honestly, that would have been better.
I don't know, man. I really don't care when they came out with the Wii to Wii U, and I'm just like, that's fucking stupid, but whatever.
Yeah.
Like, they just,
They got to work on their naming. Otherwise, but I mean, all in all, I think that game looks awesome.
It's going to be the new Nintendo Switch when it comes out.
Yeah, dude.
Not going to be Pro.
It might be. It's going to be the new Nintendo Switch XL 3DS U.
Well, that's, I mean, looking at the 3DS line is just a handful to look at all the different names. So,
anyway,
next on the docket,
on Pokemon Presents?
What, the remakes of Diamond and Pearl?
That was really fucking loud.
Yeah, dude, they're all the sounds on the soundboard.
Different volumes.
For the listeners, I automate them in the program after the fact, but they're all fucking different volumes. I can change them, but I just never do.
So, fucking, they had. Oh my god, I have to try to say it the way that they said in the presentation, where they were like, remakes of Pokemon Diamond version and Pokemon Pearl version called Pokemon Perfect Diamond version and Pokemon Shining Pearl version. They can't just call it Diamond and Pearl. They had to say version.
Version.
So they had this one sentence.
I think it's like Brighter Pearl or Brightest Pearl.
I think it's Shining.
Shining Pearl or...
No, it's not Shining. I think it's Brighter or something.
Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond.
Brilliant Diamond. That's what I was talking about. Sorry. Sorry for cutting.
All good.
Which
fucking
one
Brilliant
of us can
Diamond
Google faster.
But so I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's cool. I was a little bit surprised they didn't do it in more like closer to Sword and Shield graphics. But if they're trying to make it like a 1-for-1 remake of the top-down style, I think the graphics are pretty good. And
well, I saw like. People were kind of relating the Pearl and Diamond to Link's Awakening.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's like halfway, but I don't know. I mean, if you look at the old, 16-bit graphic, I don't know what it was.
It is what it looks like.
I feel like people are so mad about it for no fucking reason. Like,
it's always been chibi-ish. Their heads are fucking huge.
Dude. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you look at even the original fucking Diamond and Pearl, it is the exact same style. Like
it is. Well, here's the one thing I saw. I think you might have liked it or retweeted on Twitter. It was a tweet where it was like the anime, like the girl version of the and it showed all like the tall versions of her that were just drawings, like when you go into battle. And then it was just burn, and it just squashed her down. I mean, yeah, it looks goofy. The only reason I have a problem with it and why I justify, just mute it. Just make sure you mute it. But
Steve,
try and get it in your camera. Actually, I'll just put it on. You can turn the volume up. Oh yeah, it's just like burn.
I mean. I don't know. I don't mind it at all.
Dude, that fart noise is so good. That like hyper reverb.
I don't know. I think it's interesting because, well, for one, Game Freak's not even making it, and I think people are just bummed because I don't know. I guess I'm realizing tons of people love Diamond and Pearl. Okay,
which I didn't know. I didn't really like have that many fun memories of it.
Because it was the first one on DS, or was it?
Actually, no, so it was the one right before. It was the one right before the 3DS.
Yeah.
No. Sorry, that was black and white.
Black and white. Yeah.
I think Pearl and Diamond was
the first one on the 3DS.
No, I think it was the first on the DS. I think he had it.
So that was Gen 4.
Regardless,
anyway, it was the first on one of the consoles.
Here's why
they're Nintendo DS titles from 2006.
Here's why I think the squash. Here's why I think the squash has weight to it. Because of what they did with Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. They were full renders.
Yeah,
and which Pokemon Gen 1 was the squash just like that.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is I feel like I'm a little bit surprised they didn't go like more in the style of Sword and Shield or whatever.
Yeah,
but
I'm upset about it a little bit.
But I think also Game Freak handed it over to this other company to make a remake.
That's right.
And they're like, well, we're just going to do basically a 1-for-1 with new graphics. I mean, it would have been a lot more work to get it down. And I don't know this company if they've ever done anything that's like a full 3D scale. And I don't know, maybe Game Freak's not trying to hand over their engine. And I don't know.
To me, I feel like my opinion is that I think that there's room for both styles of games, right? Like,
yeah,
I think that had Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu not come out, that people would be stoked about this game, right?
Well, I think it's because they know that they can do better.
But the thing to me is, it's like, all right, well, we've done that. Let's try and do something different, which was to make a basically reiteration of the chibi style version of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. Like, I don't know. I never played Diamond and Pearl. I should probably pick this up. People love this game.
Well, that was my last point. I'm still going to buy it.
Yeah.
And I'm still going to love it. But I do wish it looked like Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu. I love that style.
I honestly kind of got tired of Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu. But I also feel like that was a spin-off of like they were trying to do something different. You had a fucking physical Pokeball. You didn't have to battle Pokemon in the wild. Like, again, I think they're trying new things with, instead of the same old formula, they're trying different things.
Finally.
This sticks with a little bit of the original formula, right? But
yeah. Link's Awakening.
I think that it's really cool that the battle sequences look like Let's Go Eevee and Sword and Shield.
Which, that kind of, I was weird about that. Like, so when you go into battle, then everybody...
But that's how a lot of RPGs are.
Yeah,
like, hold on. Even the old Game Boy ones, though, when you come into battle, you would see your trainer big-sized. Yeah. So, I mean,
but like, look at what fucking game did I just play? Not just play, but Tales of Symphonia. Like, that game is all chibi up until you're like in battle, pretty much. Like,
I feel like they're still Tales of Symphonia. At least they're still pretty.
I don't know.
I don't think you're that much different when you're out of combat.
The overworld.
In the oval world.
Okay, well,
I'm pretty sure they definitely look.
When you're in dungeons and stuff, I feel like you look about the same. You're just zoomed out.
Maybe. I guess maybe the whole entire animation style of this game was a little chibi.
Well,
it was
regardless. I don't know. I mean, I think people wanted remakes
Yeah.
of Diamond and Pearl.
Just cut that. Don't
No.
clip that.
And I feel like it's
Don't clip that.
it's still cool. It's just maybe not what everyone wanted. But what I think everyone did want and gave up hope for was this fucking Legends game.
Yes. Was there
Yeah.
anything else, or was it just Legends?
was-
Pretty much those three.
Yeah. Snap, Diamond and Pearl remake. Legends.
Very, very happy. with
Legends looks
that.
cool. The frame rate in
Yeah,
the
well-
clip they were showing looked a little bit fucky, but
This is what I
graphics
said
were
to him
jagged.
outside.
It-
I think this is pre-alpha.
It's just concerning that. Well, I'm sure they'll
Or
fix
at
it
least
up
alpha.
because if it's, I don't know, they didn't show much. I don't know what state it's supposed to be in, but they said early 2022, right, or something. So I mean, maybe it's
Yeah.
like a year or Q1 or whatever. So I mean, I don't know. It could just mean even first half. But if it comes out within a year, like maybe they just have to polish stuff up, and they didn't want to show a lot. That was just some clips to get everyone hyped before they do all the polishing. It could be almost done, I say, but
yeah.
This Legends I thought it was Arceus, but I guess it's
Lucius or
Arceus?
Arceus.
I thought it was
I don't
Arceus for
fucking know.
years.
It's also in the
Regardless.
same region as Diamond and Pearl, but takes
This-
place a long time ago.
I feel like people have been waiting for something like this RPG style where everything's more calm, everything is more realistic. Everything's not fun and happy and like bright. And I just think this is such a good direction because to me it almost feels like if somebody almost like the guy who was making the Unreal Engine remake of Ocarina of Time, like somebody trying to make it a little like almost a modder making a game that we wanted to see but we never would actually see in like real time circulation. I think it's so smart. When I saw it, I was like, holy shit, this looks so awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks sick, and I agree with you. It's just more also that, I mean, this is a big reason why people were pissed about Sword and Shield is they were like, oh, what do they call the open regions? in the game?
the wild area?
Wild area.
People were thinking it was going to be more like a big open, and it really just turned out to be like a large area you can walk around to fight
Yeah.
more Pokemon, which is cool. And maybe that's like they were working towards something like this. But I mean, I think for a while people have wanted something a little bit different because the old classic Pokemon style is just standard like JRPG, walk around, get into random encounters, fight, train your Pokemon, whatever. And this looks to be the same. I don't know. Did you watch the whole Pokemon Presents, whatever the fuck? Because in the
Yeah, I think I watched the thing.
after the initial trailer, they showed like a little bit more game
Yeah.
play, and you do see they are like turn-based battles still and stuff. So
But it just feels a little bit more like for
Like
an
Breath of the
adult
Wild.
market.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I feel like I think people like us who've played it since the 90s have been waiting for that. Something that's like, look, you've got Pokemon Sword and Shield, you've got Let's Go Eevee, and now you've got something for people who want a very serious, mature game.
let's
And I
just.
think that's what we're going to get. I love this angle so much.
I will just say, let's wait and see what the
Well,
story
yeah, we'll
is
see.
because I feel like it could still very much be a simple ass story, which is
Yeah.
fine. But no,
10
the
and up.
tone of the video, very much Breath of the Wild. Everyone's making the joke. Even the music, the piano and stuff was like so much like the Breath of the Wild reveals. But yeah, I mean, it feels a lot more like it. And if it's gonna be talking about whatever Arceus or whatever is like a Pokemon god, supposedly like created the world or
Yeah.
some shit like that,
Which is really cool
Yeah.
lore. I remember
Fact
that
check
from-
me on my Pokemon lore. 'Cause
No,
I don't know shit,
you're
but-
absolutely right. I remember that's like the only thing I remember about Arceus, and that's what they said.
Yeah.
But I think you favorited a tweet today, or I saw it, where it was like, Breath of the Wild invented grassy knolls, and it was like all the shots of the Breath of the Wild, like right thirds with the overhand. It's a pretty good tweet.
Well,
I'll find it somewhere.
One of my favorite ones that I saw was "Don't fuck with us, Pokemon fans. We hate Pokemon games."
It's like what people say about like the Star Wars fan base. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm interested to see more about it. What it's actually going to be because we saw really like a couple shots of them walking around a small. I mean, I say small area. Like we didn't see much of what the world has. Right? It was walking around the coolest thing I think is apparently you can catch Pokemon without having to even fight them. Like if you sneak up on them, you can fucking get a stealth.
Oh yeah, that was
stealth
cool.
takedown and throw the
I
Pokeball.
loved that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be really cool because that's what makes sense to me. Like you shouldn't always have to fight him if you catch him off guard. I mean,
Well, I also really like the way that they did the starter Pokemon this time. Like it's Cyndaquil, the owl guy, and the fucking seal dude.
Are those all from different generations?
I think so.
Oh, that is cool. I didn't know. I didn't know if those were.
I don't remember the
I
two.
don't know,
I mean, I
but-
don't think I played the one with the
Owlette.
The otter.
owlet and the otter. I don't
Oh,
remember.
yeah,
the
the
fucking
owl is from Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Piplio? No.
No, that's
Piplup?
that's the fucking
Oh, yeah,
penguin.
Oh, that's right.
But Cyndaquil, it's got his fire back, dude. Like that's fucking dope, dude. Like
Yeah. No,
Come
I
on,
love
man.
it. I think I love the historical aspect to it. Like it's like the early regions of Pokemon. I think it's great.
yeah, I mean, I do appreciate that they weren't just like, you know what, Pikachu, Eevee, Bulbasaur, like let's
Yeah.
go.
Well, I mean, you got to have fire, water, grass, but
Before we get off Pokemon,
No,
I have
I have one other thing to say about Pokemon that I wanted to say last week too. So
okay.
go ahead. There's two more
say,
things about
say
Pokemon.
that.
I know
I have
you
to
got-
cut my camera
well-
to send myself something. So keep talking. I'll just put the camera offline. button.
one thing, because I know what you want to talk about, but just the last thing I'll say about Legends is I feel like, Mason, you're right. Great direction. Cool that they're doing that. I just hope that it turns out to be what people actually want and that they could keep this going as like a new style of Pokemon,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
If they make this one-off, that's going to be kind of a shame. I don't expect them to be yearly or whatever, but people have been complaining. People were raging about Sword and Shield because
Yeah.
they're like, you do the same thing, you cut and paste animations. It's all BS. And, maybe they put those out and they were, just buying their time to get this out there. And I feel like that's exciting because it might be something where, okay, people aren't mad if you release the same old bullshit because we know now we've
Yeah.
got new stuff coming too.
I
So,
think they need to stick with the original formula.
yeah, they
But
got to
I
have
also
those.
think they
still.
have to have other, like Pokemon Snap is a perfect example. Like that was even back then
Yeah,
a game that they did outside the box.
I know. Let's bring back Hey You Pikachu. But sorry, no, Sean.
I'm still
I,
here. I just my camera's off.
So
but
one
I'm
thing-
still here.
One thing I wanted to talk about last time, and we didn't have time, was Pokemon Prism.
Which I feel like if you like Pokemon, probably heard of it because
Yeah.
there's a lot of cool popular mods, and that's one I've even.
Well, so I asked my group chat if anyone else had played it, and they hadn't.
I definitely. How old is it? Because
So it started in 2016. The guy had been working on it for 8 years.
I feel like I remember someone in college playing it before I had graduated. So
Well, it was supposed to come out in 2016. It came out so basically Pokemon or Nintendo sent him a cease and
Yeah.
desist to stop him from releasing this game.
classic Nintendo.
At the time 2016 the trailer had 1.4 million views. It's a ROM hack of Crystal that spans 4 generations of Pokemon. And I have a copy of it. You can't really cool features in this game that I feel like every Pokemon game should have had, which is trainer customization. You can be a girl, you can be a boy, you can change your model type, you can change your skin color. Really cool fucking feature. Random new Pokemon that this guy made up, which is kind of cool, but it also spans generation 1 through 4, so there's like 250 some Pokemon you can catch. Spanning all 4 generations plus Sylveon, I think, is the only one outside of the 1 through 4 generation. It's all of Eevee's evolutions plus Pokemon from 1 through 4. You can play as your Pokemon in certain situations, which is really fucking cool. There's
Like Pokemon Mystery Dungeon.
yeah. So I mean, like, there's one part where you're like, you run into a Clefairy, she won't let you pass, but she'll let whatever your first Pokemon is pass. So I had to, go through it. Go through the section as one
Sorry.
Pokemon, do as much as I could, then go back and be another Pokemon to do another part of the quest. I guess you'd call it puzzle, as another Pokemon, because I couldn't use Cut as the Pokemon I initially went in with. It's a new region. There's new trainers. I think there's like 20 fucking badges. Like,
That's
Oh, so you
wild.
can finally get as many as Gary Oak had in the anime.
yeah, and so the other thing is there's also these weird 2D sections. Like, I know the whole game is, it's top down, but there are parts where, like, you remember in like the original
Link's Awakening.
There were parts where you'd have to do it in a 2D side scroller section to go through.
That's right, yeah.
And they have this in this Pokemon game, which those puzzles are fucking hard. Like trying to, sometimes the Pokemon caves and dungeons can be a little bit complicated to figure out, right? But these 2D sections are pretty fucking complicated, just because I feel like my brain doesn't play Pokemon in a 2D space.
Yeah.
But I honestly think that this is probably one of my favorite Pokemon games I've ever played. And I got it when it first was supposed to come out. It leaked. So I have an original copy of the game that I've been playing. There is a way to update and patch the game, which I haven't done. People are saying on the Reddit that I'm missing out on. I didn't post anything, but people were like, why are you playing the old version? Just go patch it and play the newer version.
They were like, Sean, why are you playing?
Dude, you're such a fucking idiot.
I know there's this guy out there who's playing the original. He's a fucking moron. But I mean, it's kind of cool because they got a fucking cease and desist. It still came out. I don't know how. I got a copy. I have a copy.
Somehow, dude.
Just showed up on my fucking phone. But they are still working on it and patching the game, and you can go and upload your ROM or save file to their website, and it will spit out a newer version of the game. So, pretty cool stuff. I mean,
it looks really cool.
Yeah, I mean, I highly recommend it if you like Pokemon to try this game. You don't get to pick your starter. You're just given a
Mudkip.
No.
Aren't you given an egg?
No, you're not given an egg either. It's what's his name?
An Eggy?
He's in the second evolution right now.
Larvitar?
Larvitar. You get a Larvitar as your default Pokemon.
That's pretty cool.
Right now mine's a Pupitar. I need to up him a little bit, but my squad's pretty dope, dude. I've got let me just pull that up real quick. Let me wait for it to sync my save data.
So while I was off screen, I was pushing some files to Sean's push bullet, which hopefully can just show to you guys, because I wasn't sure how to show you as well. But
I got push bullet, but that's all right.
What's your squad?
I got a.
He can send it to you then.
Gardevoir. What's I don't know how to say it. For alligator.
Greymon.
Typhlosion. Sneasel, dude, my man. Sneasel. Pupitar and a Pikachu right now. That's my squad.
It's pretty lit.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'd like to give that a crack.
Dude, it's a good game. Definitely recommend it. All right, so what did you send me?
Can you forward the 2 files that I sent you on push bullet to Steve?
Yes, I can.
I'm in there somewhere.
Did you get this shit, dude?
Okay, so I'm gonna put it on screen now. So, a few days ago,
I think I know what it is.
What the fuck, dude?
I'm don't know
kill
what it
you,
is.
Dude.
No. Hold on. A few days ago, for the listeners, as you see on screen, you'll see some images. I got a text from Hannah, who is a co-host of another of Rixie's shows, Frameform. Go check that out. Link in the description. And it was a photo of a transparent purple.
That's the Game Boy I had.
Game Boy, with Pokemon Blue version in it,
dude, with the light adapter.
I know, and I was like,
the
dude,
worm
mint,
light.
I was like, mint condition with the light adapter. I was like, this is pretty dope. And I was like, can I show this on Debuff? She was like, absolutely. How crazy is that?
Is that her hand?
Yeah, that's her hand.
She owns this?
Yes. So she sent me these photos. She said she was digging through some old boxes.
Hannah, if you're listening, I got $50 on this.
Honestly, I don't think she's gonna give it up. This thing is fucking
holy
cool.
shit! That is
Very
the
nice.
same exact fucking color Game Boy color I had.
So for the listeners, she has a purple transparent Game Boy Color with the purple transparent light attachment, and she's got what are the other games she has? So she has Pokemon Blue in.
Fucking
Scooby-Doo.
There's
the other
Rocket
photo
League.
has
I can't for some reason.
Rocket League, Rocket Power,
Rocket
bro.
Power, dude. Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Yeah,
for
Rocket
GBA.
League for the Game Boy Color.
Dude, she's got Rocket League, dude. She's got a fucking
can't
hacked
make out
version.
the other one.
So I remember I think there was a Rayman one in there.
I don't know why I can't open this picture.
Yeah, I didn't get a second picture from Sean. So, anywho, that's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah,
it's Rayman, Shrek, and
dude, just got the Shrek game.
Dude, what Scooby Doo and Pokemon and I can't.
Can you not zoom?
So it's okay. So it's Shrek, Scooby Doo, Rocket Power, Rocket League, Rayman, and Shrek.
Rocket League.
What a fucking lineup!
I know. And she's got some game manuals.
Dude, I can't believe she has the fucking manuals for me.
Hannah, thank you for sending this to us.
That's crazy.
That's sick.
But dude, finding a pretty good condition purple transparent Game Boy Color. I mean, that's probably worth what?
I
At least
know,
100, 150 bucks.
I want to know if her save file's still good.
Dude, I bet that battery's fried on that. Or not fried, but it's probably leaking.
I don't know, man. I'll have
depending on where it was stored.
I'll have to check my red.
I thought your red's battery did die.
I don't think so. The last time I turned it on, I still had my complete Pokedex. But
I swear I thought.
How
you said
cool
it was
is
fucked.
that though? I mean, I was damn.
I mean, I was an idiot and was trying to catch missing no. So
maybe it was
Dylan.
Dylan.
It was probably all fucked up.
Dude, get 99 Master Balls. So you had the purple. Which one did you have?
I don't remember. I thought you had a green one at some point. No.
I have the dark purple one that I think is actually yours.
We had, I believe it was a darker green. Did they have a green one?
They had a lime
or
green
a lime
one.
green, maybe.
Yeah, I thought you had.
And we had one other. I can't remember what the other one was.
I feel like did I have the gray transparent or did I just have the?
Oh, the gray transparent. That's
was
cool.
that one?
I think we had the lime green, dude. Honestly, we might have actually had the purple transparent.
I have one that I swear to
I don't
God
remember
is yours, dude.
I don't remember any of those other colors.
I swear to God, I have one that's that.
I don't know if it was
yours.
mine. It might have been somebody else's that I was just here.
I actually don't know if there even was a gray trans. I don't remember
There
which
was
one
the
I had,
purple
to
one.
be honest.
I think you had a blue one, man.
But I feel like this light blue doesn't look right.
That yellow one is so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, I was blown away. I was like, man, that is so cool. She was like, yeah, I'll bring it in, to work sometime.
That's tight.
But yeah, very,
Did
very
we
cool
share
find.
a Game Boy? No,
because we traded. Dude, I don't fucking remember. I was a baby, dude. I don't know.
Dude, one thing I wanted to say about the Pokemon Presents, that intro video that they did of
that was cool.
Dude, first of all, a little long.
Yeah,
it was very long. I was like, dude, half the fucking thing was...
Yeah, it was like 5 minutes.
It's a little too long, but so cool. It showed you all the link cables. I didn't even know about I think it was the Game Boy Advance where you could do multiple cables. Did not know about that.
Yeah, I mean,
they also had a wireless adapter for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, that was cool.
But so the thing that I said to Steve about it, I was like, yes, it was long, but I also feel like it was really cool to see all of the things that Nintendo did out of the norm of in gaming, right? Like link cable was something really interesting at the time, like really cool idea.
Yeah.
The microphone in fucking Hey You Pikachu. Really cool idea. Didn't work so well. I mean, just all the things like the adapter for cell phones to be able to play and remote trade. Really cool idea. All of these things that they did that you don't really think about when you think about Pokemon. All of the technology that they put behind some of that stuff. I mean, the little USB adapter for the DS to trade worldwide. You pair it to your DS, and plug it into your computer, and now you can trade across the internet.
The cloud storage Pokemon Home joint.
Yeah, I mean, it's cool stuff. But
yeah, no,
anyway.
they go hard, dude.
So I have a couple weirdo fucking things to talk about.
Okay.
So a couple days ago, I was like, I don't know why I thought about this, but I was like, I wonder how many characters you can get into a website domain. Just out of curiosity. Oh, you know what I think of what it was? Maddie and I go to this drive-in, Steven City drive-in, and we were joking about how long the domain is. It's like Steven City Family Drive-In Theater.com or something. It's like crazy long. And we kept joking like Steven City Winchester Family Drive-In Movie Theater.com/ticket leap/ticket, like, because it's a really long website. And so it's like, well, what's the longest website? Like, what is technically the longest URL in the world? The first thing that came up was the domain name for the Welsh city, that has that crazy long name. It's Leland Fair, and it's like a super long name for a city. You've probably seen the video of that weatherman like saying the name perfectly.
What is it? 253 characters?
It's that crazy Welsh city.
No, but is that the limit?
I don't know what the limit is, but so I figured out that this website has the longest domain. I could read it to you, but it's essentially, I'll put it on screen. It's like,
yeah, I want to know how many.
Link will be in the show notes.
How many characters is it?
They cut off at 255, so you can have a website domain with 255 characters.
So that makes total sense because 256 characters. Or 256 is it's part of the ASCI standard, and also has a lot to do with Jesus Christ, like in like
True.
Windows Windows file names in Windows like file shares on networks, right? Or even on your computer, you can't make a file path longer than 255 characters.
Run into that shit at work.
That is the limit.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Written into Windows. Technically, now that we have 64-bit, you could make it longer, but it's a limitation of the 32-bit architecture. So that makes sense why 255 is the longest you can have in a domain name.
the link to the domain will be in the show notes, but for people who are curious and not viewing it, just to give you a like an idea of how long 255 characters is. This is just a few of them. This is the domain, a.b.c.e, all the way through until O, then it doubles up, OOPP, QQQ, RRR, all the way down. And I think there's got to be, 50 Zs. This isn't a crazy domain name, but it's so interesting because you don't ever really think about it. I always joke, I mean, you guys probably do too, when you see like an absurdly long domain name, it's like, is somebody really gonna type all that in?
Well,
like, did you really think this through?
And so that's only the domain name, right? Not anything
or the
that.
URL.
Yeah, I don't think it's anything after the domain itself. Yeah. So the .com.
Yeah.
After that is you can have extra shit, but the domain itself.
Before .com.
It's so funny to me. I never even thought about that. There's probably a limitation there too. Because I've run into it at work all the time. People will fucking put a file like 20 folders deep and hit 255 characters and then be like, why can't I save here anymore? And I'm like, oh, do you need that many folders? Like, do you need...
Sometimes.
I don't think so, dude. I really don't think so. Like,
that's too many folders.
No,
like
so
3 or 4.
A lot of the times,
but
a lot of the times I will see where it'll be like A, B, B, A, C, C. Like, it's the same name 4 folders deep.
Yeah, no, we don't do that, but I mean, we'll have like specific folder for projects, and then it's this group of projects that are all basically similar. Yeah. That specific project folder, and then one part of that project, and then one specific set of data has a folder. So we quickly get to.
I think that's fair. Like, that kind of makes sense. But
yeah, but more than what, 6 or 7?
It doesn't happen to me that often. I've definitely run into that before.
That's a ton of fucking folders.
I see a lot of people who will drag and drop a .msg file from Outlook, the email message itself, into a network share, and it will contain a subject line that is like, fucking 50 characters, and it's in and of itself .msg, and the extension counts towards that 255 characters. I don't know. Windows needs to fix it. I mean, it is technically fixed, but no one fucking enables it because, if you have a 32-bit machine in your environment, you're never going to be able to fucking get to that folder that's more than 255 characters long.
I just remember the first time I ever thought about like long domain names when I was really young is if you like start adding O's to google.com.
Yeah.
Like they've bought out like a ton of domains for that. I would assume that they've bought most of them. But like, 3 O's, 6 O's, 10 O's. And but yeah, so just
no, dude, they might have gotten rid of some of them because I've just got hitwix.com.
Well, I'll say for the.
Well, so if you want to have Google with like 14 O's,
you can buy that.
it's probably still like $30,000 on GoDaddy.
What about in high school when people would get like the Halo executable and put it on the school's network drive?
Yeah.
We'd put it like 20 folders deep so that like no one would bother to go that far.
Yeah, because it was such a nightmare to get to.
Yeah, but you would get to a certain point where you would like have a way too long file path. So we would just find the right amount of folders.
Yeah, so we all went to the same high school, and we were playing so many games online. Or not online, but so many games like on the computers that they put a little laminated note on all the computers that were like, if you're caught playing games, you get an immediate 3-day suspension. Do you remember those cards?
No, I don't
remember that.
that.
Was that at
That was a
KR?
Kettle Run. It was KR, dude.
I feel like, well, I didn't have that many. Well, I don't know. I feel like I had graphic imaging and marketing I had my computer science.
Our math class, math, they would always bring the laptops in and we'd play fucking Unreal Tournament.
Yeah.
Dude, the funniest story to me is the time at Fuck Here that there was this kid, we had a substitute teacher that day. And do you remember Keyboard Hero? Like it was Guitar Hero, but you held your keyboard like this, and you press the enter key and push the F5.
Oh, I never played that. I've never heard of that.
I'm surprised, dude.
I'm such a Guitar Hero fucking fiend, dude.
Yeah, so you would hold the guitar or the keyboard
like a
guitar and push 1 through 5, F5, 1 through 5, F1 through 5. I thought it was 1 through 5.
I don't know.
Anyway. And hit the enter key when you were supposed to strum. And we had a substitute teacher who was not paying fucking attention at all. And this kid's like fucking got headphones on playing the shit out of this game. And the teacher, Mr. Mullins, I think, from the graphic imaging classes, rooms were connected through it, like a weird door. And he like came in and just like stood behind the kid like this massive dude just like fucking like, and he just turns around and like looks up. He like puts his keyboard down. Dude, it was the funniest fucking thing to watch. Because like he tried to pretend like he wasn't doing anything, and the guy had been watching him play it for like 30 seconds.
I had a friend who did the same thing. I think you were in the class when we were it was Miss Fry's graphic imaging. You might have been in the class, but
I don't know that I had her.
A buddy of mine, Reed, was playing Pokemon Yellow, and like dude, she would walk around and she was standing behind him as he was playing, and he like saw her and like minimize it. Just like, dude, she totally saw what you were doing. Like, but the problem was he was playing full screen. Yeah. Which is so stupid.
I feel like I don't really remember. I know they started to care, but most of the time for the classes I had, it wasn't really a big deal.
How were they playing? How were those computers running Halo?
Because you could bring in USB drives, right? Like the computers didn't have any protection, whatever. And at the time, there was like, you can have no CD cracks that allow you to play games without having the CD in. But there was a specific, very small, like couple 100 megabyte version of Halo that
portable versions of the game.
that
like
was super low res.
Well, it was just the multiplayer.
Oh, okay.
It was the demo for Halo, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, really?
But how did you link up?
So you just put it in the drive, and then everyone can load it up, and since you're on the same network.
It's just like
it's a LAN, essentially.
Because Mr. Miller and Mr. Douglas used to joke about how they would plan tests on the same days. The teachers would plan math tests on the same days so they could play like Age of Empires together.
Oh, really?
And during the test, they know he'd just be sitting at his computer, and you'd hear him like clicking on the keys. And I don't know if he was telling the truth, but they were cool. I could see them doing that.
Yeah.
I remember loading Project 64 and playing a lot of fucking Super Mario 64 with a keyboard, which was fucking impossible.
Oh, wow.
But Steve knows this. I don't know if I've ever told you this, but there was that application on our computers at school, Synchronize. Do you remember that, where all of the computers had Synchronize on it, so that the teacher could remote into your computer and see what you were doing at the time?
Yeah, that was late though. That was not. I didn't feel like that was like.
That was like my senior year, but I figured out that you could go into Task Manager and just kill the application, and then if you were fast enough before it relaunched, find the directory that the synchronized executable lived in and rename it from .exe to .lol or whatever.
Yeah.
Or just remove the extension.
Yeah, and it would never launch again. So,
oh, that's crazy.
So, dude, I would just like do that, and then Miss Pilla or Miss Embry would never be able to remote into my computer anymore.
But she could just walk over.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah, but I mean, at least I'd have some time for her.
Yeah.
Like, I see her coming towards me to turn that off.
real quick, I know you maybe have one thing to say, but
yeah, I mean it's small.
I'll say the last part. While you
What
bring up
what time are we at? Because my time
59.
59.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit! I didn't realize we talked about Pokemon for that long.
Yeah, this is gonna be titled "More Pokemon" and other
Jesus
stuff.
Christ, we can't stop talking about Pokemon.
I love Pokemon. Just real quick, the synchronized thing in middle school in my keyboarding class. I remember this. Like, he was a nice dude, but like kind of a quiet, nerdy guy. I'm a nerd too, so I'm not hating on him for that. But just this quiet dude, didn't talk to that many people. Was in the class with me, and I remember just out of nowhere, the teacher like jumps over her desk, and she's like, "Not in my class," and goes over. I guess he just like searched like Playboy and didn't realize that like the teacher could see his screen. So I don't really know how far he got, but it was like everyone turns around and his screen's off, and she's like, "You're going to the principal's office." And someone that was next to him was like, "Yeah, dude, he searched Playboy." And I'm like, "What are you doing, dude?" Like,
Dude, that's like
we were in like 8th grade.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what
yeah.
the fuck are you doing? But anyways, I thought
Jesus Christ.
so. Really quickly, so that we can get out of here. I was watching some videos by a guy named on YouTube, Rhett/Mankind. I'll put it on screen and I'll put it in the show notes. And it was about the artist Beeple, Beeple, and Rhett/Mankind. He's a YouTube channel. How this guy Beeple, this artist, sold I think 3.5 million on this NFT Crypto Art website. Where, so for those of you who don't know, and if I'm butchering this, I'm sorry. NFT stands for non-fungible tokens. So, and I'm going to read it here. What does NFT mean? Meaning you couldn't exchange one NFT for another that run on a blockchain network. It's essentially a digital ledger that records all transactions of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. So what happens is this artist like Beeple or any other digital artists sell their digital art in batches, like 10 versions or 20 copies or 30 copies. And when you buy that copy of it, it comes with an Ethereum, which is a cryptocurrency NFT like tag that says this is one of like so many versions of crypto art. The crazy thing about it is that people are turning these like pieces of art into millions of dollars. So what happens is like you buy from Beeple for $999 for his like there's one of his most popular pieces of artwork is something called Bull Run. It's like a big 3D art like piece of a bull, but it has Bitcoin on the side, so it's like, bullish, like the Bitcoin stock is bullish, the crypto is bullish. Really cool piece of art. But like immediately people were reselling it for way more and like, it goes from $99 to $2,000 to $20,000. And this guy, Mankind, Rhett, he was like, I got an offer for my Bull Run for $40K. Somebody offered me $40,000 for this piece of art. And the coolest thing about it, and I think this is why I think it's really cool, is when you sell that piece of art, that NFT, like Bull Run, as a secondary on the secondary market. So you own a copy of it and you sell it to someone else. The original artist gets a percentage of that secondary sale. So if you sell it for $40,000, the artist gets like $2,000 and you get the rest. Isn't that crazy?
That's a really weird fucking
Yeah, I'm like kind of not understanding why this is a thing.
yeah.
Well, it's essentially like, if you're a digital artist and you sell like, you could sell prints, and you could sell, I guess, like high-res digital versions to people. But if you sell a piece of art to somebody and you say, this is one of one, obviously you could go and download the JPEG. But this person in the future says, I have this Ethereum blockchain receipt that says this is the one and only version of this, and I own essentially the rights to it. Like if you had like a really famous painting from
I was going to say it's the only way to right now to actually
say this is the real true one. Yes, there are fakes of the Mona Lisa. There are fakes of, Van Gogh's work, but there are true versions, and I think this is a way to give digital artists online a way to say, yes, that is the true version of my art.
That's pretty cool.
And now you can resell it for actual real value instead. And
people
the
just
jokes
take
on
the picture. And
the jokes on Twitter was like, yeah, you paid $40,000, but I already got the JPEG. And it's like, okay, that's funny, but like, yeah, that guy still got $40,000.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, what stops me from saving this 4096 by 4096 image?
Nothing. But at the same time,
it's not the original.
It's not the original. It's not like number 2 of 100. So that's the idea, is that it's giving digital artists a new avenue to sell online and still make money for it. And my favorite part about it is the fact that the secondary market still gives the artist money.
Yo, I'm trying to get this.
Yeah, dude. There's
the Buzz Lightyear ones are so weird, man.
Dude,
that's the second one.
But no, that is a really cool part about it too, is that they're getting like residuals.
Yeah,
essentially.
So like even on the secondary market, they're still making money, and I just think that's really awesome. And obviously, I hope it's not like a trend, like a fad. I started an account on Nifty Gateway just to see what they did. I haven't bought anything, but I just look around, and they do drops on Nifty like Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. And like if you can get it, you might be able to resell it for more money. And it's just the digital way to be an art collector. And some of it's really, really expensive, and some of it I think is really cool.
Yeah, interesting idea.
But yeah, Beeple his actually had like a physical release, which Sean's looking at. But yeah, man, I just think it's it's futurism. That's what's so cool about it.
It's a wild idea.
It's the future of digital art, and it's actually a cool way to give people tangible ways to prove ownership of digital art. Which, like, yeah, take the fucking JPEG, but like this guy still might make money off of it, or this man or woman will make money off it if they choose to sell it.
Yeah, that's pretty tight, man.
Because in the future, I think really like physical art is still going to be just as popular, but digital art is ever expanding, and like we have to find a way to give those artists a way to like make money from essentially doing the same thing on just a different medium.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
One small thing about it too that I think is cool is I don't know how much you've seen this shit, but now maybe artists don't have to put their watermark on it, and you don't have people asking, "Hey, how do you remove watermarks?" It's like, buy it.
Yeah,
they'll give you one without it if you fucking buy it.
Yeah,
that's the point of a fucking watermark or signature or whatever. Like,
and yeah, you can still do prints. You can, if that's what you want to do, but I just love the idea of actually giving these newcomer artists that are digital only, like, a cool way to make money, and it be still like one of one. And I don't know, I think it's really cool. I thought it was super weird. I absolutely recommend watching that video. It's fucking amazing, because it's like you're kind of like, what the fuck is he talking about? You really have to wrap your head around it, but you'll understand it. It'll be linked in the show notes. So let's get out of here.
All right, yeah, guys, thanks for listening and hearing us talk about Pokemon, a shit ton more again. So, good stuff.
If you're listening, come watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, check out the YouTube, and
it's way better.
Follow us on Instagram. All that. We're gonna get some cool lighting going next week.
Yes.
Ideally.
Hopefully, next time you see us, if you're watching, we'll have some nice lighting. And if we don't, that's because it didn't look that good.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
But yeah.
All right, we'll catch you next week. Thanks.
All right,
bye.
Bye.
Debuff is hosted by me, Steve Skeels, edited and mixed by Mason Carlton. Follow us on Instagram at DebuffPod. That's Debuff, P-O-D. Thanks for listening. I'll see you in the next one.